Chongqing, one of China's largest and most vibrant cities, nestled in the mountainous southwest, is a place of striking contrasts. Ancient culture meets rapid modernization, a bustling metropolis shadowed by winding rivers and foggy nights. During the late 2000s, beneath the city's dazzling lights and crowded streets, a sinister presence began to stir. A series of brutal murders that sent shockwaves through this sprawling urban jungle. These crimes took place mostly under the cover of darkness, late nights or early mornings when the city's heartbeat slowed, and shadows lengthened. The victims, predominantly young women, were found lifeless in their homes or secluded spots, often with little or no signs of struggle. Silent, mysterious, and deeply unsettling. At each scene, chillingly cryptic symbols or signs were discovered, bloodied markings or unfamiliar glyphs seemingly left as a signature, a message, or a taunt. Yet, despite exhaustive forensic work, the killer left no identifiable physical evidence, no fingerprints, no DNA, no witnesses willing or able to come forward. The city's sprawling geography with its labyrinth of narrow streets, steep hills, and rivers added to the challenge, providing countless hiding places for a predator to vanish without trace. Local police forces were stretched thin, grappling with high crime rates and limited technology, while public fear simmered beneath the surface, quietly altering daily life. As rumors swirled and media coverage intensified, the identity of this phantom killer became an obsession, a dark mystery gripping the heart of Chongqing. And so we ask, who was the mysterious figure behind these grisly acts? What secrets did the shadows of Chongqing conceal? The methodical nature of the phantom killer reveals a mind that operates with chilling calculation, each attack carefully timed, each victim chosen with precision, leaving no room for error. This killer's apparent knowledge of toxic substances or strangulation techniques suggests more than raw brutality. It points to specialized knowledge, possibly in medicine or chemistry. Such precision is rarely accidental. It indicates a personality driven by control, dominance, and an unsettling detachment from empathy, a hallmark often seen in organized offenders. The cryptic symbols left at the scenes may reflect a psychological need to communicate power or instill fear, a signature of someone who craves recognition even in anonymity. From a psychological standpoint, this killer could be suffering from severe personality disorders, blending intelligence with sadism, calculating violence that feeds on the terror inflicted. Moreover, the choice of victims, vulnerable women isolated at night, reveals predatory behavior aimed at exerting power where victims are least protected. This predator's apparent understanding of the city's rhythms and police limitations speaks to a careful observer, someone possibly embedded within or familiar with law enforcement tactics. As an expert, I find this case deeply unsettling, not just for the crimes themselves, but for the psychological manipulation and evasion that challenge even the most skilled investigators. Each unanswered question intensifies the community's fear, a testament to the killer's success in wielding terror as a weapon beyond physical violence. This chilling blend of intellect, cruelty, and anonymity leaves us to wonder, how many lives might have been saved if the psychological underpinnings were better understood from the start. The investigation into the Chongqing Phantom Killer was marked by intense challenges from the very beginning. Local law enforcement mobilized significant resources, but the elusive nature of the perpetrator rendered traditional methods often ineffective. Crime scenes yielded minimal physical evidence, no fingerprints, no DNA samples, forcing investigators to rely heavily on circumstantial clues and behavioral analysis. Technological limitations of the late 2000s in the region hampered forensic analysis. DNA testing was nascent, and digital surveillance was sparse in many districts. The city's complex topography, steep hills, narrow alleys, and dense urban clusters provided natural cover, allowing the killer to disappear swiftly after each attack. Interagency communication faced hurdles due to bureaucratic challenges and jurisdictional overlaps, delaying coordinated responses. Investigators faced mounting pressure from a fearful public demanding swift justice, but haste risked missteps that could compromise the case. Witness testimonies were scarce and often contradictory, compounded by the victim's isolation and the killer's stealthy methods. Repeated dead ends led to speculation and rumors, challenging investigators to maintain focus amid growing public anxiety. As the investigation stalled, the killer's shadow loomed larger, a grim reminder of justice delayed and the chilling power of the unknown. As the investigation stalled, the killer's shadow loomed larger, a grim reminder of justice delayed and the chilling power of the unknown. In the face of mounting pressure, Chongqing's police force intensified their efforts, deploying specialized units and forensic experts to unravel the mystery behind the killings. Despite their efforts, the investigation yielded few leads. The killer's meticulous methods left little physical evidence, and the cryptic symbols at the crime scenes only deepened the enigma. Theories about the killer's identity began to surface. Some speculated he was a disgruntled former employee with intimate knowledge of the victim's routines. Others believed the killer might be someone with medical or scientific expertise, given the precise methods of poisoning or suffocation used in the murders. The public's fear grew as the killer's pattern became apparent, attacks occurring during late hours, often in secluded urban areas, targeting vulnerable individuals. Despite the mounting theories, the investigation faced significant hurdles. Limited technological resources and a lack of concrete evidence hindered progress. The killer's ability to evade capture and the chilling nature of the crimes led to widespread media coverage, further intensifying public anxiety. As the investigation progressed, the question remained, who was the Phantom Killer, and what drove him to commit such heinous acts? The case stands as a haunting reminder of the complexities involved in solving crimes that leave behind more questions than answers. As we delve deeper into this chilling case, we continue to seek answers. Who is the Phantom Killer, and what is his motive? The chilling series of murders cast a long shadow over Chongqing's communities, transforming once familiar neighborhoods into places heavy with suspicion and fear. Families began altering their routines, avoiding nighttime outings, while businesses saw diminished activity after dark. The pervasive anxiety permeated everyday life, creating a palpable tension that few could escape. Authorities responded swiftly by increasing police patrols, particularly in vulnerable areas, yet their presence offered only a fragile sense of security. Public safety campaigns urged citizens to remain vigilant, but the underlying fear of the unknown predator lurking in the shadows persisted unabated. The media frenzy surrounding the case fueled a storm of rumors and speculation. Tales of the Phantom Killer spread rapidly, sometimes embellished and exaggerated, turning the murderer into a mythic figure in the collective consciousness. This phenomenon both heightened public alarm and complicated efforts to maintain rational discourse. Such urban legends, while rooted in fear, served as a social coping mechanism, allowing communities to express anxiety and search for meaning amid chaos. However, they also risk spreading misinformation and stigmatizing innocent individuals caught in the crossfire of suspicion. Beyond immediate fear, The murders instigated a broader conversation about public safety infrastructure and the responsibilities of law enforcement in rapidly urbanizing cities. Questions arose about resource allocation, technological modernization, and community engagement in crime prevention. Individuals began taking personal safety measures, installing locks, organizing neighborhood watches, and advocating for better lighting and surveillance in public spaces. These grassroots initiatives reflected both resilience and the urgent need for systemic change. Yet, the lingering unease was a stark reminder of vulnerabilities still present in urban environments, places where isolation and anonymity can empower perpetrators to act with impunity. The social fabric of Chongqing was stretched thin, with trust eroding between neighbors and within communities. The shared trauma became a catalyst for collective reflection on safety, solidarity, and the role of civic responsibility. While fear initially fragmented communities, over time it sparked movements towards greater awareness and cooperation, testaments to human resilience in the face of darkness. In this way, the tragedy of the Phantom Killer left an indelible mark not only on victims and families but on an entire city's consciousness, forever changing how people live, interact, and protect themselves. Despite years of investigation, the Chongqing Phantom Killer case remains shrouded in uncertainty. The cryptic symbols, the absence of clear physical evidence, and the elusive nature of the perpetrator continue to baffle authorities and haunt the community. Speculation surrounds the possibility that the killer did not act alone or may have received assistance, whether intentional or circumstantial, from unknown accomplices or a network shielding him from detection. Modern forensic advances, such as enhanced DNA analysis, digital surveillance, and behavioral profiling, offer new avenues for revisiting this cold case with fresh eyes and renewed hope. Yet, the passage of time has eroded physical traces and faded memories, making breakthroughs more difficult and underscoring the urgency of preserving and revisiting evidence with cutting-edge methods. The case remains emblematic of the challenges faced in solving complex crimes within rapidly growing urban landscapes, where anonymity and mobility can outpace law enforcement capabilities. Cold case units in China and beyond have increasingly turned their focus to unsolved serial crimes, driven by advances in technology and a commitment to justice. For the victims and their families, the hope for resolution remains a lifeline, a promise that no story will be forgotten, no life without closure. The Phantom Killer's legacy is a somber reminder of the delicate balance between safety and vulnerability in our cities, and the relentless need for vigilance. As technology continues to evolve, there is renewed optimism that even the coldest cases may one day be solved, revealing truths hidden in the shadows. Until then, the Chongqing Phantom Killer case endures as a haunting enigma, a testament to the complexities of crime, memory, and justice. As we reach the end of this unsettling journey through the shadows of Chongqing, we are reminded that some mysteries linger, haunting reminders of lives forever changed and justice still waiting to be served. This case challenges us to look beyond the surface, to understand the depths of human darkness, and to strive for advances in science, law enforcement, and compassion. Every victim's story deserves to be heard, every question deserves an answer, and every community deserves safety and peace. We thank those who dedicate their lives to seeking justice: detectives, forensic experts, and everyday citizens who refuse to forget. If this story moved you, we invite you to join our community, subscribe to our channel, share this video, and engage in the conversation to keep these stories alive. By sharing, you honor the victims and support the relentless pursuit of truth and justice. Thank you for watching, for listening, and for standing with us in remembering those who cannot speak. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and always seek the truth behind the shadows. We'll be back with more stories that challenge, inspire, and reveal the unseen corners of our world. Until then, remember, the pursuit of justice is a journey we walk together.